Hey everyone, welcome to the Discussion May Cry podcast, your source for all things Devil May Cry, whether it be news, information, speculation, and so much more within the DMC universe. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Hunter and Fallen. How's it going, guys?
I'm doing well. Be here back for another one.
Still alive and still kicking demon ass.
Damn right, and we're getting so close to the game. So that's exciting. Alright, so there was recently a Q&A with some of the developers, and there's some pretty big information we got from the Q&A, such as the length of the game, a few character details, and a little bit more about the story. So we're just going to go through the Q&A, and we're going to start with the first point. So for V, triangle controls Shadow, and square controls Griffin. Nightmare is summoned with L1. Now that's obviously for PlayStation controllers. Nothing to really talk about over here, but then we go to the next point. Nightmare is apparently 3.5 meters tall. Do we really care about the height?
No, you just
Not really.
Right. And the next point, according to the article, the shared single-player footage we've seen so far featuring Nero and V is from Mission 3 and 4.
Okay, so you get to do it pretty early on in the game, which is cool.
Yeah, I don't really think we've seen a lot from the second half of the game. Yeah,
they're keeping it under wraps, which is cool.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Alright, and the next point is the reason why Devil May Cry 5 is set after Devil May Cry 2 will become clear in the game, obviously.
Yeah, it has to. If it doesn't, then what's the point?
Well, this is true.
Yeah, because I want to see, however you pronounce her name, Lucia? Lucia, I'll just go with that. I want to see if she comes back.
What's the possibility of her coming back? How much would you give that out of 100?
I give it a 75.
Wow, pretty high.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of story beats that happen, important story beats that happen before or during Devil May Cry 2, which are really important to the story of the games. Because Dante isn't the only half demon. There are others. He isn't the only one.
I've played DMC2 once, and that's the game I just can't really remember a whole lot from, which, I might have to replay that in the next few weeks just to refresh myself. But yeah, it's just kind of there and just gone from the mind.
A lot of the story beat I just mentioned isn't even in the main game itself. It's confirmed by Mathieu, where she knew Sparta, and she was one of the last people that knew him while he was alive in the human world. And there was another organization of half demons that Dante was supposed to be a part of. Dante said, "Fuck that noise," and went off on his own.
Gotcha. So yeah, there's definitely a possibility of her coming back, which would be pretty cool. Because she was heavily featured in DMC2, but I still think we need more from this character. So hopefully.
I'll put in my piece about this. We do need to see more of this character, and there's a lot of plot points that revolve around her coming back.
Yeah.
But then we have, I trust, I trust the team that's working on Devil May Cry 5 and the subsequent games, but we have to remember the studio behind it, which is Capcom, and they're kind of famous for letting things just not get resolved. I mean, just think about back in Resident Evil 6 when Chris went missing, and neither his sister nor Jill Valentine went looking for him. No, we have fucking peers going after him. It's just
that Daddy Itsudo. You have to trust Daddy Itsudo.
Yeah, I'll put some faith in him, but I'm just saying. Remember who the company behind it is. Daddy Itsuno will take care of everything, but you gotta remember, Capcom is Capcom, and they're gonna be Capcom until the end of time.
Unfortunately.
And
Well,
what
as
if
long as there's no DLC on disc, I'm fine.
I was about to mention that? Like, what if it's part of the DLC, her story, I guess, or we get more of her in a DLC package.
As long, like I say, as long as it's truly standalone, I don't care. But if it's on the disc and it's just locked off until I pay that money, then no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I won't buy it then.
Yeah, and plus, she's not Virgil, where I get why they would keep Virgil until the release of the game if he were to be in the game. She's a side character that, won't really draw a lot of eyeballs. So I don't really get why, if she is in the game, why they haven't shown her already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I was gonna say, I mean, they haven't shown us all the characters that are gonna be in the game. I mean, there's Kyrie. Have we seen her new look at all?
True.
And I'm assuming that we're gonna see her at some point. Hopefully with a new outfit and
Better personality.
Yeah, or just a personality in general. And you never know. Maybe we'll see some other returning faces. Maybe we'll see Virgil, but just in a flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Virgil's in the game, I think that's gonna be how it goes. Maybe we'll find out who Nero's mom is.
I don't want that fact spoiled, honestly.
I want to know.
I don't know, man. Just some curiosity sometimes of who did Virgil think of doing the donuts with? What is his type?
True, I want to know that.
No. Turns out the girl has a personality just like Dante.
Oh my god, that's frightening.
Yeah, maybe he confronted some realizations that he likes his brother way more than he should.
You're right. I don't want this.
This is this like your weird fan fiction or something?
Oh god, that's so...
No, I literally just made that up on the spot.
No, this is starting to sound like a fan fiction. He's right.
No, I made it up on the spot just to freak you out because I want the mystery to be kept intact. So if I have to give you that little misinformation, I am fine with that.
So you'd never want Nero's mom to be revealed, like ever?
It ruins the mystery, and sometimes the mystery is just better to have.
That's a good point. We'll always be wondering about it.
Yeah, and if they do decide to reveal it, it better be in the series long after I'm getting gone from this earth. If they ever do reveal it. So.
Hell, maybe she isn't. If she does get revealed, maybe it isn't a huge reveal. Maybe it's just one flashback, and that's really it.
What do you mean a flashback? Are we gonna flashback to when they're?
I just thought of something.
What?
What if it was the reincarnation of Nevin?
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
That does make... I mean, what did Dante do with that guitar after? You don't know.
You've got some interesting ideas.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just thinking.
Like stuff
when you put it like we don't know what Dante did with the guitar afterward. That makes it sound like he did something else to the guitar. Like Dante is the one who did something, not Virgil.
Well, no, I'm saying nobody. I mean, it's got a point. I mean, my point is like when Dante doesn't use these weapons anymore, do they regain their bodies after a certain period and just start walking the earth again until Dante needs them?
That's a fair question.
I mean, mean, Cerberus might have just been walking around, like, he might have been a dog going on a long walk without his master looking for Dante.
Like, Dante has to take him out for a walk on occasion, otherwise he's going to turn back into a dog and have to kill him all over again.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean,
or Cerberus just like, oh, Dante, okay, alright. He just turns right back into a weapon again.
you did say some things have to be kept as a mystery, so I think we're fine with not knowing what he did to the guitar, if anything.
No, I'm not saying he did. I'm saying that
If.
Neva might have gained her free will and got her body back. With the Fortuna happened to be Virgil, they did certain things, and then Nero was born.
They did certain things they
Sex.
got drunk and they decided never to talk about again.
Whatever it is,
It's just a bunch of headcanon at this point. Don't take what I'm saying as fact.
See, that's the kind of questions that we won't get the answer to in the main Devil May Cry storyline, but the reboot would tell you all about it.
Oh, love it.
In graphic detail. In fact, they'd flash to it, probably. Probably be happening in a club.
Yeah, you know what? That's the one thing I appreciate. The reboot, it came straight out and said what it wanted to say. No subtext needed.
Yep. It's like, I've got a bigger dick. With great lines like that.
We're going to be talking about dicks later on.
Well, here's the thing. How did Dante just not have a comeback for that?
That's true. Maybe Virgil is the one with the bigger dick.
We're not here to talk about that necessarily just yet.
I like that there's a just yet. Like, guys, we're not going to talk about dicks right now. We'll talk about them later.
So what's the next question?
All right. And the next point in the Q&A is that the game will take 15 to 16 hours to complete based on internal testing. So yeah, pretty good length. What do you guys think?
I'm speedrunning the fuck out of it.
Oh.
I'm gonna do it in 10 hours.
And
yeah.
whenever they reveal game length, I always feel it's inaccurate when I actually do play the game. I don't know if it's because I'm slower or faster, but I really do want this to be a long experience. So.
Well, I mean, if you're a completionist, it's gonna take them longer.
Right.
Now, if you don't get 100% everything, it's gonna be shorter.
Yeah, but I hope the main story is around 15 to 16 hours. So.
No, see, I would have been honestly, I'm ready for Devil May Cry to be like in the 50-hour territory. If there were 50 hours of me playing nothing but Devil May Cry, I'd be fine with that.
What is this, Metal Gear Solid 3? We're gonna be going up a ladder for a solid 30 minutes. Every cutscene lasts 15 at a minimum.
And no, I think that it needs to catch up to. I think DMC needs to catch up to modern video game storytelling because there's so much that can be fleshed out in that universe, but yet they give so little time to go over things, and there's story bits that just get glossed over because the games are so short.
This is true. I mean, I feel like Devil May Cry really has some strong storytelling points to it, and some really nice lore going for it as well. But I feel like players always come back not for this. Well, they come back for the story too, but they come back mainly for the gameplay.
Yeah, it's never been its strongest story. It's never been the strongest thing in the franchise. It's always gameplay, which is great. That's what matters the most. But it seems like this one might have the strongest story. And I believe this is, if it is 15 to 16 hours, I think this is the longest DMC game we've had. So.
Yeah. Again, I think 2's coming. I think 2's a little bit longer because it's 2 discs.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh god, the days of multiple discs.
Hey, they're still here if you know where to find them.
This is true. It's true.
And speaking of story, the next point does talk about that. Itsuno wanted to make a game that looks like a Hollywood movie with Avengers specifically name dropped. Okay.
He just said that to get extra. He just said that because to appeal to the casual crowd. That's all he said.
Yeah, it's true.
So, are we cracking?
My bad.
Are we cracking one-liners every 5 seconds?
Uh,
I mean, that's what Dante is. Dante was the one-liner machine before the Avengers.
That's fair.
I mean, hey, Marvel and Capcom do have a partnership, so cross them over, damn it, in the DMC world.
Oh, no, God, no, that'd be so inaccurate. The only character I see making it over is Doctor Doom. That's the only character I can see making it over.
Ooh.
I think Thor would fit in.
No, I hate Thor.
Oh, damn. All right, we're about to fight on podcast again.
Yeah, we're right. Yeah, I hate comic book Thor. MCU Thor is tolerable, but I hate comic book Thor.
Just bring in the whole Avengers. Just bring all of them in.
Man, if Vision goes into Devil May Cry, no one's getting out alive. Don't do that.
You gotta realize at some point that some characters are just too OP.
Yeah, even Thanos, they lowball Thanos in the MCU, and he still wrecks.
Yeah, and him saying that with him mentioning Avengers, I don't know if that's the best movie to go off on. Pretty sure there would be better examples of what he really wants us to, what he wants to convey. So, I don't know.
I think of it more as Resident Evil meets Underworld in this case.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds more accurate.
The first Resident Evil movie was great. The visuals are usually good, but I mean, look, let's be real here. The storytelling in that, movie series is not the greatest, and even the action set pieces are just kind of ripped straight from the game, but they don't have the same emotional feel to them because, a lot of the characters are there's no build up. All the characters are fucking watered down versions of themselves, and whatever is left of those characters after they've been torn apart and whatever made them cool has been given to Alice. There's not much left for them.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. We didn't even get a Jill sandwich. That's bullshit right there.
Anyway.
I've never seen the Resident Evil movies, so I can't say.
I'm sorry. I feel very strongly about it. I go on a rant on occasion.
I mean, he's more of a... He likes Devil May Cry. I can tell he's a Resident Evil lore hound. I'm the same way about Halo, so I feel.
And I'm the same with Kingdom Hearts, so hey.
Before we move on, I got one question about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, what's it? Go ahead.
Is the Keyblade a mace or a sword?
It's a sword.
Yeah, sword key thing.
It's a sword because you see him cut through buildings.
There we go.
So it does cut. And I think he has someone in half with it.
It's a sharp key, dude. It's a very sharp key.
But it looks like a club.
Okay, so it can be used as both a blunt and a sharp weapon. If you use the key part, that's where it's sharp. If you use the other end, then you can knock a motherfucker out.
So it's amazing. You know what? Yes, I'll take that as an answer.
It's a great weapon.
Yeah, it's just I've never understood it. Okay, all right, I get it now.
Alright, let's get on to the next point, and we did talk about this in our previous episode when it comes to online, so there's a little more information about the online mode. So here it is. You can't hide your online ID when engaging in shared single player, but you can disconnect from the network if you're committed to hiding it. Based on previous reports, this should result in being connected with developer data. So yeah, if you want to hide your online ID, you have to disconnect from the network.
I wouldn't. Why would I do that? That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's alright. Wait, when you say like hide online ID, like Is it when you're doing a special
What?
guest appearance in another person's game, or
It just says
is there? Am I gonna see the online ID floating above my head? I mean, even then, that's fine.
it just says you can't hide your online ID when engaging in shared single play. So I don't know.
Yeah, that does sound like if it's gonna be floating above my head. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
And like you said, there are a lot of dicks online, so I get why people would want to hide their ID, but hey, just disconnect and you should be fine. Alright, and let's get on to the next one. As an addendum to the additional character remarks, Itsuno says that they may add new characters if there is a lot of fan requests. This is big.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this pretty much, I mean, this confirms to me that we will probably be getting more characters that we'll be able to play with, whether it's DLC or something, or updates, whether it's Trish or Lady or something, but yeah, he's already putting it out there in a Q&A, so I think this is a confirmation, but just not saying it officially.
Well, I gotta say that there's only 3 possible characters you can add that are fighter characters, and if Lucia isn't gonna be one of them that you can request because she is a fighter, then what's the point? There's only 3 you can add.
Yeah.
Barring that Lucia isn't in the main game, so that'd be 4. Who else can you really ask for?
Virgil.
Other than Virgil. Again, he's in the 4.
Yeah, but okay, so it might be Virgil, Lady and Trish, or something. That's really it, and Lucia.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but that is, if that's the case, that would be 7 characters in total.
Yeah.
Nah, man, let's play as Sparta for once.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna get Sparta himself. It'll just be a super full costume for Dante or Virgil. That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
I mean, here's how I feel about adding in characters. Which I mean, adding in characters that you can play as is nice, but if it doesn't have a story purpose, then I can do without more characters.
What if it's?
That would just regulate those characters to boss rush or bloody palace mode.
Yeah.
Or as just as skins, for the main story. If they don't have their own sort of story, some kind of journey and shit, then I don't really care to have more characters. I get it from that's more gameplay, man. You get to learn more combos for more characters, but I don't know. It's not a big draw for me. Just to have them there.
Yeah.
Now this might be crazy, but what if for something like Bloody Palace, what if they add a guest character from another franchise? I don't know. I mean, maybe this could be what he's referring to.
We're not having Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Not him.
No. You know what would be the perfect guest character because they already have him in Monster Hunter World. Geralt would make the most sense.
Well.
Yeah.
True.
Look, I want that. I do want that crossover.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's a monster. He's half monster. Dante's half demon, so it makes sense.
True,
Geralt
and
has magic. He can launch fire. It's okay.
Like you said, he's also in Monster Hunter World, which is a Capcom franchise, so that's, that could be a possibility.
I mean, these days, Geralt's been going just about everywhere.
Soul Calibur, yeah.
So.
Alright, yeah, so we'll just move on to the next point. So, also, you can carry up to 8 Devil Breakers on your belt. Damn, that's a lot.
That is quite a few.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not impressed with the Devil Breakers. I've spent a little more time with the demo, and I'm not impressed with the Devil Breakers, so hit or miss for me. I probably won't use them outside of combos.
Really?
And even then, I don't like them.
Okay,
I
wow.
like one. I favor one over. I can favor one over the other. That's all I can really say. Gerber is probably the most useful, and that'll probably be the one I use the most often.
Hey, I still haven't played the demo, so I trust you.
Yeah, because there's only two you get in the demo. It's Gerber and Overture. Those are the only two you get anyway in the demo. You don't get the others.
How unfortunate.
Yeah. But I don't know. They seem cheesy to me.
What about the Mega Man one?
No, that was Life. The Mega Man one is Life. I've already said that.
Look, I want the banana breaker and the pasta breaker.
And I was disappointed with the Mega Man promotional footage because they showed it like the game like it was a 2D side scroller. I was like, if that's what the Buster does, I definitely want that. But no, it doesn't do that. I'm pissed off. But it's still cool, but I was pissed off.
And speaking of Devil Breakers, the next point also has a little more information about that. As the game's difficulty increases, the availability of Devil Breakers will decrease. This is to encourage management and strategic use.
That
makes it more challenging.
Well,
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, but that seems to kind of contradict another point of what do you call it? That Itsuno said earlier, like way earlier, where he said that there was going to be a high abundance of Devil Breakers all throughout the game. He said gamers often will save all of their supplies for like a quote unquote rainy day. I'll save this for the big boss at the end of the game, and then you go through the boss at the end of the game and you realize that you saved up all 999 health potions and mana potions that you had. And so now you just have those in your inventory. And he said that he didn't want that for the game. He wanted you to use those. But, I mean...
Well, okay, I'm going to speak as someone's played the demo. Let me say this. They are scattered throughout the levels. So you can use them as much as you want, because the next area or the next part of the level will probably have some lying around. I mean, it's like Nico just throws them on the ground like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. So, yeah, you should be fine.
Damn, I didn't realize that Nero was James Woods.
He's James Woods in that situation.
Alright, and Itsuno states that there are hidden weapons in the game. So, that's all we got from that, but hidden weapons, that's cool. That means there are more reveals to come, which is exciting.
Shoot, I want Nero to have his own unique devil arm, not his devil breaker, not the devil bringer. I want his own unique weapon, and I don't think they'll give it to him.
Now, when he says hidden weapons, could that mean the return of some weapons? Some fan favorites?
It might, who knows?
Given Capcom's streak, I think we're gonna find weapons from other games.
That's possible.
We're gonna find a samurai edge from Resident Evil. We're gonna find a Monster Hunter weapon.
Keyblade.
No.
Vetoed.
That's Square Enix. Get him out of here.
Yeah, get your Square Enix out of my Capcom game. We're gonna find something from Street Fighter.
Oof.
Ooh, you know what I want? From Street Fighter?
What's that?
We gotta have Reeves headband, and Dante goes full smash, or Nero goes full smash.
Oh my
and
god.
he plays just like Ryu does in Smash Bros.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think we need that.
Oh no, we definitely need that. What are you talking about? I just want to see Nero do a Tatsumaki. Just give me that.
I mean, hey.
Well, you know what? He's gonna pull out a camera from from Dead Rising.
Oh. Ooh, that would be interesting. Okay.
Alright, and also the final point of the Q&A is that regarding the game story, Itsuno says that the theme of love from DMC1 will be passed down to 5. So that's what's probably the main theme of the game, or one of the main themes. Love. What do you guys think?
So
Yeah.
with light again, okay.
Look, unless we're gonna have, Dante officially get with someone, confirmed. Finally, no more ifs, ands, or buts. Finally he's gonna choose between Trish and Lady. Then
V's still not. V's an option. We don't know for sure.
That's fair. I'll give you that. But you never know. V might actually be for real when he says that he's like 2 days old. So we don't need Dante to be meeting Chris Hansen.
Hey, that would be a funny ass meeting though.
I'll give you, that would be expectation subversion right there. But
yeah, and the thing is, Dante comes in with like 60 boxes of pizza and just puts them all on the counter. And it's like, and Chris Hansen comes out and says, "What were you planning on doing tonight? Eating all 60 boxes of fucking pizza? What the hell did you expect?" Hey, sir, we have your chat log. So, what were you saying about let's get crazy, baby? Eating this pizza. That's what I was talking about.
I brought so much pizza. What do you mean? Maybe we'll go on a ride on my motorcycle.
That also can kill you. So I don't know how this is gonna end for you, Chris.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You shut up.
Well, for me, the theme of love in fantasy worlds, fantasy movies, games, I absolutely love it. I think it's great. So, yeah, I'm totally cool with this.
Wait, can I call my shot on how it's gonna go?
Go ahead.
I can already. Okay, so we saw that everyone ends up getting their asses kicked. We see Lady and Trish getting absorbed by some kind of tentacle shit. We see Dante and the rebellion get blown back, and the rebellion breaks. And then even Nero gets like his bitch ass like slapped away. What's gonna happen is he's gonna be dying. He's gonna be there at the end. Everyone has gotten their asses kicked. There's no hope. And then Nero is just gonna hear Kyrie's voice calling out his name, and he'll be like, "Oh!" And the power of boners is
the strongest.
most powerful thing in the world.
That's true.
That's how it's gonna go. I'm calling my shot.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I'll go ahead and I guess I can call mine. It's gonna be like the theme of love, I guess. I can see Dante's actual mother coming, picking his bitch ass up off the ground and slapping him in the face and saying, hey, stop it. You're not dying today. Stop it. And then he goes on to kill whatever. That's my comical version of it.
I like it.
Yeah, it probably will have to do with Nero and Kyrie. And as we said earlier, let's just hope Kyrie is more of an interesting character and has more to do here. So that's what I hope. I hope she's more developed. So
what is there for her to do exactly?
Hell, maybe she does save them, or like, I don't know, give Nero more motivation.
What kind of motivation is he gonna get? Is it gonna be like Kingsman, like, oh, if you save the world, we can do it in the butt?
I mean, hey, whatever works.
No, well, hey, okay, I got a crazy theory. All right, and
we know it's gonna be crazy.
What if Kyrie and Nero absorb the power of the Savior's core, and he taps into that to make his very own double trigger, and it's so strong it beats the shit out of whatever his name is, your reason or whatever.
Holy
Damn.
shit!
All right.
You win, dude.
Yeah, I'd be alright with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, we gotta have continuity somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah, you win.
You know what? I'll make another call. Trish is gonna get possessed by Dante's mother.
Oh.
yeah. And Dante's mom was a super powerful witch, and then that leads into the Bayonetta crossover. But anyway,
Someday, maybe.
One of these days.
hey, Kamiya and Itsuno do get along, so it wouldn't be impossible.
If they'll cross over, it's probably going to be in a fighting game. I don't know which fighting game, but something.
I don't want them to meet in a fighting game. I want them to meet on like mutual terms, though.
It'll be
Like,
on,
universe.
it'll be in Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, or it'd be Bayonetta 3 DLC. Because I have a feeling the only main character is going to be, the only guest character in Bayonetta 3 is going to be Joker from Persona 5.
Oh my god. I remember when that got announced. I was actually blown back. I couldn't believe it.
Yep, I couldn't believe it either.
I was
So,
like,
I don't know.
oh my god, the Madmen.
And they're just trying to, Atlas is getting more exposure, and I'm happy about that. They're a small dev team. The fact that they're able to crank out Persona 5 at all was amazing.
True. Alright, and so now let's get on to the next topic, which is the Deluxe Edition. So there are more details about the Deluxe Edition for the European version. I don't think it's confirmed for the US, but for the European version, they do have a different box art than the rest of the world, and they also have a steelbook. It looks pretty cool. So, guys, what do you think about the art and the steelbook? Which we don't really get a whole lot of anymore.
Yeah, the art in the steelbook is so, well, there was a steelbook for Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. I do want to. I'm just gonna have to import it. I'm sorry. That's gonna be the version of the game I get. It might not run on my console either, but the Force Region 3. I thought about that, so I can do it.
Hey, I don't blame you. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but that neon sign, man, it's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, neon.
Never go wrong.
That's all I want that for.
Yeah, it looks good, but to me, I do actually prefer the original box art with the three main characters. I think that's perfectly fine. And plus,
that's more of a. Oh, go ahead.
plus, like, we don't really get a whole lot of region exclusives anymore. Europe is getting this as an exclusive. Like, we don't really get a whole lot of that. This is not the PS2 days, where.
If I remember right, back when Dark Souls 3 first released, the collector's edition of that, we got a statue, and Europe got a fucking sword. If I remember right.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. This is some bullshit.
Let's just move to Europe.
Yeah. No. Europe is horrible in some places. Hell no.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's where all the human trafficking and shit goes down. Don't do that shit.
I mean, okay, good point.
Yeah, between Mexico and Europe, no, don't do it.
No, I'm right next to Mexico.
Yeah, see, be careful.
But why do they always get the good stuff? Why do they get these pretty cool exclusives when it comes to video games?
It's to make up for the fact that they have. It's to make up for the fact that some aspects of their life are just shittier than ours.
But that's true. It's like asking why,
man.
why Australia censors everything. It's because to Australia, everything is so shitty over there that it's like a documentary.
Yeah, it's like Russia getting games half off. It's like a $40 game or $50 game in the States would be like $15 in Russian currency.
And look, in Russia, if you go outside, you can play the new Call of Duty game in real life.
Yeah, Call of Duty Gothic Warfare.
Man, we are just shitting on like every country right now.
Look, what is any other country done for us personally?
Hell.
Hey, I mean, if we need to rip on the U.S. real quick, I mean, I'm surprised that we don't have a gun in Call of Duty that doesn't shoot bald eagles out of the freaking head. So, I mean,
look, you have to remember, in I think it was Battlefield. It was Battlefield Hardline. I remember there vehicle.
Yep. And then
So, that's pretty accurate for America.
yeah, that's accurate. Then there was the then here's another crazy thing. How about Gran Turismo had the lunar rover and the moon as a racetrack? I'm just gonna poke fun at the Japanese. I mean, really? What the hell?
I mean, look, I think everyone can poke enough fun at the Japanese. Just take a look at anime, and that's it. That's all you need to do.
Weebs everywhere.
God, okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, we've made fun of like at least 6 countries. Let's not do that again. Let's just move on.
We're about to get bad in out of these countries. We weren't going anyways, but we like our options.
In conclusion, like, every country has its ups and downs. Anyways,
they have the freaking DMC reboot amulet in their Deluxe Edition. We didn't get that shit.
yeah. True. But hey, we don't see a whole lot of this anymore, so that's pretty good. A lot of things are now worldwide, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, and we also got the official rating for DMC5. It is obviously an M for mature, because here's what it states. It broadly warns of blood, partial nudity, strong language, and violence. Now, the ESRB also had this... Alright, it also had this statement. This is an action game in which players follow the story of 3 heroes in their quest to save the world from demons. From a third-person perspective, players use swords, guns, and special attacks to kill hordes of demons in frenetic combat. Battles are highlighted by gunfire, screams of pain, and slow-motion finishing moves. One cutscene depicts civilians screaming in pain while being impaled by demon tentacles. Blood appears... Blood appears frequently during combat and stains several environments. Some female characters are depicted partially nude, with their breasts and buttocks minimally covered by blood, light, or clothing. The word fuck and shit appear in the dialogue. Yeah, that's the rating summary.
Okay, I was about to say, the language in DMV hasn't really been that strong till now.
Until the reboots.
Yeah, until the reboot.
Yeah. Fuck you!
No, fuck you!
What a great cutscene that was.
Oh, God.
I love how the ESRB has to mention breast and buttocks. Oh,
I mean, they went in depth, as to what's in the game. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but that's their job. You gotta remember. And I'm gonna have to say this. I blame Mortal Kombat for this. So, and Night Trap. I blame those 2 games for this. So,
that is an accurate, an accurate statement, and accurate to put the blame on them.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't for them, the ESRB wouldn't be describing breast and buttocks. And we had a nice little surprise when we bought Devil May Cry 5. Thank you very much.
Would it have actually been a surprise? I thought screenshots were leaked of Trish being naked.
Yeah.
We saw her butt, not
screenshots.
Not boobs. We didn't see any boobs.
No, we saw a little bit of titty.
Did we?
I mean, she's so flat it doesn't matter though.
Oh.
She wasn't always like that, alright?
Oh.
I know.
Damn it, Itsuno, why?
But hey,
One thing.
I don't blame Itsuno, I blame the art director. There's two different people that do jobs there.
Look, I'm just saying, you could have told him, like, hey, this is the one thing that we leave. We're not going to change this.
Yeah. But, oh well.
And also, obviously, we have to talk about the demon tentacles, which is, yeah, they really describe a lot here.
Do they?
Those tentacles, though.
Yeah, it's not those tentacles. I mean, when you were first describing it, I'm like, wait, what? Demon tentacles? Like, whoa, let's specify which one.
And you're right, language has never been all that strong in the franchise until the reboot, so there's definitely influence there from Ninja Theory.
Well, yeah, because they finally realized, oh yeah, we don't, because the way of Japanese storytelling in video games is getting kind of dry now. Unless unless you're playing a game where you expect it, what's the point of doing it?
True. And yeah, it's also with Dante and his one-liners in some of the previous games. They're a little cheesy, so having a few curse words it could help when needed.
Yeah. And, yeah. I mean, we're not getting Dante quoting Bruce Willis, so hey, it's fine.
Yeah, not that far.
Yeah.
But overall, everything else seems to be pretty standard. Blood, gore. Yeah, pretty standard for a DMC game.
It's not even that gory to me, but whatever.
Wasn't there?
Ninja Gaiden 2, so I don't.
Wasn't there one scene in the one of the trailers where Dante is pretty bloodied up, his face or something?
Yeah, but even then, it's not even that bad, considering that his clothes aren't even ripped. There's no big gaping wound in his chest.
It is in Mortal Kombat 11. That's for sure.
The less I talk about that, the better.
What? Not a fan?
It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just after a while, after the novelty wears off of seeing all the blood and the gore and the fatalities, I just lose interest.
Yeah, at a certain point, what's really the draw? I mean, blood and gore, you see that about everywhere.
I mean, like I say, if I wanted fatalities, I just play Ninja Gaiden 2 and just do the executions.
Hey,
it's a faster and better game anyway.
What about Dante as a guest character in Mortal Kombat?
No.
They did Kratos. They've done Kratos.
Yeah, but that's Kratos. He's the god of war. I mean, that's kind of expected from him. Dante's too cool for Mortal Kombat.
Look, I mean, think about, like, would you put current Kratos in Mortal Kombat? I wouldn't, personally.
Nah, I might actually. Just to see his experience over the years. Just to see how that works out.
I mean, he's become an old man. He doesn't, can't do it as well as he could before.
Yeah.
I guess if we were talking about the reboot, maybe that would fit in better in a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, reboot Dante would fly a lot better because he doesn't care. He's the more believable personality.
Yeah.
That he takes part in it just because he's got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, he's Dante.
Yeah, our Dante, the one we know and love, he'd be like, Mortal Kombat tournament? No, bye. unless Raiden bribes him with copious amounts of pizza, he's not doing it.
Or, trick your lady, you're like, hey, you still owe us the debt, you gotta go do this, so make us a lot of money.
Yeah, and then Raiden busts out at the end of the tournament. Who said anything about paying you?
Yeah, at the end of the day, then you start thinking about it, and when you put it like that, Dante sounds like a prostitute.
See?
And hey, we all love talking about Dante, so we gotta talk about his cock.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So there were a few articles published recently about Dante's dick, which is weird. There was even a petition going on. So let's just go through it. So I'll just put the links in the description for all these articles. This is from VG247.com. And the title is Apologies, but Dante does not have cock jiggle physics in Devil May Cry 5. Here's what it has to say. A GIF has been doing the rounds on Twitter claiming DMC5's Dante boasts full-on dick physics. This information is completely fabricated. The tweet shows Dante powering up some ass-kicking, and there seems to be some kind of distortion around his cock and balls region. And they do provide the GIF on the on the article. And I did go through it a few times. I get where it's coming from. And yeah, here's what the article states. Because we are serious journalists who definitely have degrees and all that stuff, we reached out to Capcom to investigate. A representative told us that no, Dante's cock does not have jiggle physics.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Can you imagine being the guy that had to make that call?
Imagine being, being in charge. And if the question comes up like, "Hey, sir, do we give Dante do we give his cock jiggle physics? His what? I'm sorry, what?" Yeah, in the reboot, you almost saw Dante's cock, so we decided in this one we have to put it in the game. I'm sorry, you put what in the game? Yeah, he has a cock.
Now, have you guys seen the GIF?
Just that one overexcited female employee that just like had nothing else. But she secretly took the source code home and wrote that in.
She's like, "Damn it, these assholes! They ratted me out. I was gonna enjoy this so much, but now everyone knows that his cock is in the game."
But no, looking at the GIF further and on closer inspection, because they're using realistic clothing models, it's just a glitch in the way the clothing behaves. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm surprised by how big of a story this was in the DMC community. There was a petition. I'm pretty sure it was not serious, but there was still a petition about this whole thing. So people care about Dante's dick a lot. A little too much, I think.
I'm just saying, with a petition, it's all just a meme.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are those who are like, "Hey, we want to see the dick. Show us that dick." But I mean, look, let's be honest. We would all be horrified by what we see.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have to eat for all we know.
Holy shit! Please do not give me.
You know what? Now I need to see it.
Holy shit!
Now I need.
That would explain why it's not used, and that explains why you don't see Nero's mom.
Oh god! How did that woman give birth?
She turned into Chi-Chi. That's what happened.
Wait, that explains why. What do you call it? Nero needs the fucking the devil breaker to please Kyrie. Can't use his dick.
Yeah.
I do have
But
to.
anyway,
I do have to read the last part of the article. It states the video does show a bit of wobble, but that's just what raw power looks like. He'd have to be packing something pretty impressive to make those tight trousers move. So, yeah, I mean,
It's a fucking joke. I stand by this statement, and I will never be convinced otherwise.
that is a meme. That is a meme/troll article. I'm sorry.
it's raw power, dude.
At least they recognize that they don't do serious work.
I mean, hey, they're right. His trousers are very tight, so I mean, he must be packing something there.
God damn you.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We spent way too long on this topic. I thought we would be 5 minutes on it, not longer than that.
Hey, cock juggle physics are important.
I expected the entire thing to be about the cock.
Okay, so that's where your mind's at. Okay.
Hey, look, after the reboot, I thought in the reboot, I thought we were really gonna see it. I was fooled by the pizza crust too. I was like, "Oh God, they actually showed it. Why is it like that?"
Then you realize what it was. It's like, oh, well, you know,
I'm like, "Oh, okay, didn't see it. All right, excellent."
No,
I don't have
we
to.
did see it though.
That's true.
Yeah, it must have been pretty impressive. I mean, he was able to grab her ass at the end of the game and she didn't say anything.
That's fair.
Yeah, she just giggled and they walked up.
That tells you that it's not about the size, Virgil. It's about what you do with it.
That's the only reason why Dante wanted to save Cat. Just because. Oh God! Because they did it.
You wanted to prove a point.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, you got me good there by saying that yours is bigger, but you know what? I'm gonna show you up."
Yeah, I mean, he trained himself to go infinite. He trained himself to go endless rounds. Why? Because the females love it. Endless shrimp. You know.
I mean, just remember, he spent a lot of time at the strip club before he took a lot of.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we're overthinking it. Let's move on. Oh God. Okay. All right. People are gonna question. People are gonna ask
Yeah, I
Where
mean,
are we moving to next?
I mean, hey, like, let's see if we're gonna talk about Dante's dick in the future, or maybe someone else's dick. Who knows? All right, so let's go to the next topic, and that is merchandise. So there is a website, numbskull.com, that has some Devil May Cry merchandise. They also do a bunch of other video games, such as Resident Evil, Spyro, Black Ops, and a bunch more. I don't really know a whole lot of this website, but I did check out some of its Devil May Cry items. You know, pretty standard stuff. It has shirts, a mug, baseball cap. Yeah, it's really not much keychain. So yeah, I mean, I actually do want to get some DMC merchandise. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I gotta get some of that stuff. What about you guys? You a big merch guy? Both of you?
Not particularly.
I mean, I cut my arm off if they made like a Mega Man.
I don't think you really need to cut your arm off for that.
That's cyberpunk as hell, and you know I'm into that.
Yeah, it's called dedication.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot lasers, but it shoots bubbles.
I mean, look, it'll look pretty cool. It's a conversation starter.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly. And then I can have like a hand that comes out of the cannon part. That's use it like a normal everyday arm.
Oh god, that looks weird.
I don't. I mean, not really.
A hand coming out of the Mega Buster?
Yeah, a hand coming out of the Mega Buster, and then I can pull the hand back in and use it as a cannon.
There we go.
Nah, I can't make it work in my head.
I mean, that's more for
Hey,
more for like cosplay, if you're into that.
no, I'd literally just like I said, I'd literally just lop my arm off for that. I mean, don't tell me you wouldn't do the same for the pasta breaker.
I would definitely do it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but I'm just saying that, you know, I'm not expecting to still have a functional hand out of it. I'm expecting to have something I can knead pasta with and nothing more.
Hey, I'm just saying, you have to be willing to go those lengths.
I'm willing to go those lengths, but you know, I'm not expecting to have an arm out of it. That's what I'm saying.
You're not gonna get something as ridiculous as Banana Breaker, are you?
I will. Don't you fucking doubt me.
Yeah. See, you gotta cut your arm off then, and then we'll install a Banana Breaker.
See, and then the question is, do I have to switch out the bananas on occasion, or like,
No,
stay fresh?
I mean, it'll probably be plastic.
Damn. I thought I was gonna have a snack wherever I went.
I mean, in terms of like merchandise or cosplay, I do want to get the necklace from the reboot. I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, necklace would be bad.
Yeah.
I like the bad.
I used to have the necklace from the reboot.
Oh, that's
You son
cool.
of a bitch.
It was alright.
Well, what happened to it?
It wasn't the greatest quality, so when I was moving a lot, I didn't particularly make sure to pack it.
Damn it,
I didn't
dude.
keep track of it 24/7.
You should be wearing it 24/7.
Look, the quality wasn't that great.
Yeah, I want to I kind of just want the Virgil one because I like the blue color a little bit better than the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks good.
red over blue, but I mean, both designs I don't particularly care for.
Damn.
Hey, they were better than the ones from DMC3.
I'm gonna remind myself and look it up.
Those are those are because of the PS2 graphics.
No, I mean, every time you see someone make a cosplay of those, they're always like bigger than somebody's hand.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a Simon Belmont and just turn that into a vampire killer if I wanted to. But technically, I think that was Julius Belmont. But anyway, we're not going into Castlevania.
All right, so guys, final thoughts on everything we talked about today.
We talked about Dante's dick at length.
Oh yeah.
Intended. My other final thoughts is Europe has a better deluxe edition than we do, so I'm going to be importing that. So my copy might take a little while to get here, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, it was a kick-ass show, and we'll see you guys next time.
Final final thoughts? Give Trish and Lady their tits back. God damn you.
Oh,
I stand by that.
Yeah, that's going to be a change.org petition. We need to do that.
See, you know, fuck the change.org petition for Dante's cock. Give back the tits.
Yeah, we're gonna make a change.org petition and a GoFundMe.
All right, I'll get started on it immediately.
Said no shit. I'm actually gonna get on my laptop right now and do that.
and yeah, my final thoughts are, I mean, hey, we've been talking about dicks, titties. Yeah, this is the best episode ever. And and yeah, obviously, as we draw closer to the game, I'm getting even more excited, and also with all the information we have, I'm super pumped for the game, and goddamn, Europe has such a cool box art. But hey, that's just how it is. Alright, so thank you for listening to the Discussion May Cry podcast. Subscribe for all the Devil May Cry news, and if you have a friend that's into Devil May Cry, tell them about the channel. It will really help us out. So don't forget to like,
please do so.
and let us know what you thought about the show. And Hunter, you want to say something?
Oh no, I was gonna say please like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Also subscribe to PewDiePie.
Oh yeah, subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yeah, sure.
Make sure you sign our petition and subscribe to PewDiePie. That's it. That's all we need.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna win versus T-Series, but anyway.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, and subscribe for all the latest DMC5 news.